Hey, what's up, guys? WhirlXbow back here, and today we are going to be playing some Control Priest. This deck reminds me a lot of a deck we played a couple days back, the Starship Priest that I had played, where that one felt a little bit more glass candy, all in on let's res uh, your Starship. This one feels a little bit more control-y, using the quest line. And honestly, the deck kind of looks fun. Get to play Whirlpool, which is a card I have not played in forever, I feel. But besides that, the deck just feels interesting. And I'm tired. Sorry. It's really fucking late. I had an awful day at work. I'm gonna get into it. There was actually some pretty funny shit that happened. Anyways. Yeah, let's just queue up the first one and let's see how it all goes. Alright, guys, yeah. With that being said, I will see y'all in the first game. Alright. First game, Shaman. There's a couple decks I actually kind of wanted to play today that I decided not to. One of them was, I found a really cool totem shaman list. Not even, but like actual based on the totems with the Tuskar. Is it Tuskar? The guy who has Inspire there. Deck looked really cool. We'll try it sometimes. Sorry, I'm really fucking tired today. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I'm exhausted. Again, I also really wanted to stream today, but I got home from work 20 minutes ago. So, yeah. One of those days. That's an insane card. This doesn't work the way I want it to, right? Should be fine, though. Should be fine, because I can do this into this, you know? This one be free, this one not. And use this if I have to play a spell and turn to keep it up. It's pretty good. But yeah, no, I guess we can talk about my day at work, because my day at work was kind of interesting, to say the least. So my day at work started... I should have played this. My bad. This is not bad. This was better. I think I would have taken this. I think it just Hysteria. Hysteria is also a 4-cost spell, which means I get to complete the first part of quest, which is pretty good. But yeah, no, getting back to my day at work. My day at work was... That's so unfortunate. This either works out really fucking well. Yes, I guess I do this. Hopefully it really sniped this. Are you serious? It's not the end of the world, so we still get decent hits, but that is a little frustrating. Aman'Thul is the pick here every single time, I feel. Right, we just have to survive till we're able to, like... We can play this not next in the turn after. You only have 5-drop as mass. Okay, well, we also need to draw a spell here. Actually, no. E.T.C has spells on him, right? Yeah, he has Shard. So if he plays some other things that buff, I can go this into Shard, which is not bad. I get distracted way too easily. My ADHD has been actually, like, overdrive these last couple days. I've been getting distracted no matter what the fuck I'm doing. I don't think I said it yet, but I hope everybody has a beverage. I'm currently drinking me a nice cold brewski. It's actually not that cold. I took it out when I got home, and I cracked it as we were getting into these games, and yeah. I've had a couple of drinks tonight. Tonight was one of those weird days at work. Yeah, that's true. I wanted to talk about that. So today I was working at the same place I was at yesterday. So again, take into account it is what it is type shit. But so yeah, I was working there. Everything was going great. You know, it's like, oh shoot, today is gonna be a pretty lax day. This is a really good card here to control the board a little bit. Do this. Take the 6 drop, I think, every single time. Yeah. He doesn't have 1 cost cards in his deck. Take this heal pass. So yeah. Normal day like any other. Walk into the restaurant. Why did he concede? Like, why did he leave this game? I feel like he's still in a pretty decent position, but I'll take it. I guess I'll get into the story in the next game. Or I guess, yeah, I'll see y'all there. Alright. I want to keep this. I want to keep this solely because I feel like could be really good in this game. Like against an aggro deck, most likely it could be really good. Yeah. I'm gonna try it. I might be wrong. Again, it could be something different, but I think it's fine. Alright. So getting to what I actually wanted to talk about in this video. Sorry. So yeah. Today I walk into the restaurant. It's a day like any other, you know. I walk up, say hi to the whole squad, shoot some shit, vibe, relax. You know, we chillin', right? And we're chilling like a villain type shit. Everything's going great. I'm like, alright, well, what we got? And then my sous chef goes to me. He's like, yeah, we're doing this, this, and this. We have 2 tables tonight. That's it. Which 2 tables again seems pretty quiet. The table of 50 and a table of 60. It was still 110 people getting sat 1 hour after each other. So it was like one of them was at 6 p.m. The other one was at 7 p.m. Which again, it's a lot. If anybody that works in a restaurant, they're out to tell you that that is a lot of people. That's actually a fairly good card. We have this next turn. We can use. Are you serious? I would have actually been better if he hit 1 more. Hitting 2 is like the worst case. If he plays Hose in here and I just lose, yeah, I'm done. I actually think I might just be dead on board. I have to do this on this. It eats 2 things unless it hits here, which it 90% of the time it's sitting here. Alright, let's I can also play this. Takes out, say, these 2. I gain 6, so it's like these don't hit me. I take 5. I'm at. Yeah, I guess this is fine. It also completes quests, which means I get hopefully. These are all really fucking bad. Like, I want to take this, but it doesn't really do much. I want to take Rat, doesn't really do much. Yeah, I guess I take this and I just spray. So yeah, I'm like, I was like, okay, what we got? And he's like, we have the 2 tables. That's it. No walk-ins, no other rezos. We should be good for most things. Let's like just pre-make a couple of things. So, but when I say pre-make, it's not like pre-cook it and we'll be fine. No, it's like for those who have never really been to a higher end restaurant, there's like a lot of dishes on these menus that are things like tartar, right? Where when you're doing them mid-service, they take for fucking ever, right? You have to take your fish, right? Chop it up. Put your, like, depending on how you make it, right? Every place does it a little bit differently. But it's not everything where it's just kind of like snap your fingers, it's done. It often takes a little bit longer. There's a lot of steps to it to get all incorporated and all that type of shit. Again, you also need to make it taste good, so you need to season it, you need to try it. And there's like typically 6, 7, 8 ingredients that go into it, all into the mix, and you have to toast your bread. So it's like, alright, well, let's preform our rounds. We can put them in the fridge, and it's like nothing will happen. You obviously can't do that to all of them because, one, lack of plates, lack of space. Like you in working in a kitchen, you have to take that into account every single time. No matter what you're doing, you have to take into account plates, space, and time efficiency. They're the most important parts of basically every restaurant. I have a really bad draw. I don't have any more I have him, but what minions do I have left? If I have over this, it should tell me. Or not this one. A lot of minions. Most likely gaining. Oh no, wrong card. Mostly gaining like 4 life max. If I do this, it's a taunt. The death roll gains me 6 armor for 5. I can do this, which gives me the same thing. Yeah, I think this plus this is best case. Then use this to try and get ahead. Sounds good. So yeah. So I'm like, alright, perfect. That sounds pretty easy. So I had pre-made some tartars. I had pre-made some nachos as well. Right, because you take a whole plate of nachos, right? That takes a long time to realistically do and put all together and whatnot. That's the type of thing where you just snap your fingers and it's made, right? You have to like layer your chips, layer your cheese, layer your toppings, prep your ramekins of accoutrements and all that type of shit, right? It's not the type of thing again. It all comes down to what can you do to save time in the long run? That's like one of the really, really big important parts of working in a kitchen is what can you do to save time? I want to do this because this gains me 12 life and it's a 6/8. And I can heal. And if it doesn't, yeah, that's fine. 6/8 gains me 12. Doesn't die, I can copy it with Aman'Thul next turn. I also really want to kill this. Yeah, let's kill this here. He has 6 damage off this. That saves me way more health than hero power. Right, so all these go into this. All these. I take 3, I've gained 12, so that means I'm plus 9. I can play this to eat this, or eat whatever he plays. Poison is a really good card for him. Oh, of course he has double of them. Why not? So I gain nothing? I gain -1 here? It's not a deal. I was really hoping to be able to copy that thing. Oh, now I can't even play my thing. That mana burn comes in clutch every single time I fucking swear. I have no idea if this works the way I want it to work, but I really hope it does. It also depends what it hits, but... Well, it's the one hit it can realistically do. It's exact saves too. Oh well. Oh, it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate he had the double hose in the turn where he had his thing. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Anyways, maybe... Did I play that better? I don't think I could have played that. I wonder if there's just a turn I could have delayed what I was doing to play the heart thing. I feel like there might have been a way to do that. And this way I could have still whirlpooled here and I would have been still alive. I feel like there was maybe a turn where I chose to do something dumb instead of playing that, or something inefficient. Yeah, I feel like that might be what lost me the game, is not finding a turn that allowed me to play it. Or not taking a turn to play it at the risk of a little bit of health. The Whirlpool, cheaper spells would have definitely gotten me way further ahead, I think, overall. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on my part. I had to find a turn to play the discount spell. Anyways, whatever. Let's keep the next one. Alright. Another priest. That's fun. So yeah. It's like basically pre-make that and chop a little bit more lettuce, so this way we have enough lettuce for both groups. So I'm like, oh, bro, easy peasy, fuck. Let's just get this shit done. Let's go vibe, relax a little bit. got all my prep done. I got like 4. Got all my prep done by like 4:45, 5-ish. So all that prep was all done. There was a couple other things I had to do. I just can't remember off the top of my head. I had to make some dressings and whatnot. Easy stuff. It's just stuff you kind of like throw in a blender and slowly add some oil so it all emulsifies and it all gets like rich and coats your tongue properly and shit like that. It's not hard, just a little time consuming. It is what it is type shit. So yeah, so I did that, and then we were all just relaxing. Like, right, our first table was at 6, and typically when you have big groups in a restaurant, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to a restaurant as like a big group, but, or to be fair, I could probably say this for like any time you guys have gone to a restaurant. You don't get your food right away, right? You don't sit down, order, get your food right away so you can get the fuck out. Let's be honest. Never works that way. These are all so fucking terrible. It has to be potion, right? Yeah. Maybe he plays a 1/3 and I'm able to use a potion to eat Void Touch. Something for Hysteria, because I could have Hysteria'd this and it would have just dealt him so much fucking damage. But yeah, so it was like one of those things where it's just like, well, the table's gonna sit down at 6, everyone's gonna probably show up by like 6:15. They're only gonna want their food around 7, right? Give them a little bit of time to sit down, chit chat, do their normal type of thing. And we were all like, alright, perfect, you know, that makes our job a little bit easier, right? We don't have to stress about rushing everything out and getting everything done as fast as humanly possible. We'll be perfectly fine. 6:45 hits. We're all about to fucking stop just relaxing, sitting down in the back, and actually go fucking do some work. Turns out, you love it when that's the next sentence you hear. It turns out, our power got fucked at the restaurant. Not a good thing. As much as everyone can tell, it's definitely not a good thing when your power at your restaurant gets fucked. Ended up blowing a fuse. We had to call an electrician, but we have 2 tables sitting down at this point. By the time we figure out what the issue is, we have 2 tables, 110 people sitting down in our dining room. And we're like, fuck. What the fuck are we supposed to do? We're lucky because we could still do our pizzas and we can do salads, right? That doesn't require using our hood fan. Our hood fan, because our hood fan didn't have power. Right? Our hood fan wasn't working. And for those who don't know, without a hood fan that's functional, you legally cannot cook in a kitchen. Because all those fumes that come off when you're cooking, right? I shouldn't really say fumes. Fumes make it sound like toxic. It's not toxic. It's just not good for you to breathe in, right? I mean, it's carbon dioxide, right? When it's carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, shit like that. Like, you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. It's not ideal for people to breathe in. So we're like, fuck, well, we can't realistically cook. It's happened before, so we know for a fact we can't legally cook on it, right? Also, you know, we have a gas-powered stove, so all that gas is not getting sucked up by your hood vac, so you're also breathing in natural gas or propane. I'm not 100% sure of what it is, but you're breathing that in. That's not healthy, so we had to shut down all of our gas. Our fridges had no power, our dishwasher had no power, our sound system had no power, so we couldn't even be playing music. We had a live band performing at the restaurant that had no power for their instruments. They're using a guitar or a keyboard, guitar, whatever the fuck they're called. So there was like no sound. It was a whole fucking clusterfuck. So then we were fucking running around like crazy, pumping out pizzas. Instead of having, like, we had planned dinner service out, be like, all right, we get apps out for first group, then we get apps out for second group, then we do mains for first, mains for second, then we do dessert for first, and we cut the cake, because the second group brought our cake. Then we cut the cake for that, and while we're doing desserts, everyone cleans the fuck up their section, so we can get the fuck out of there. We had everything planned out. We had, like, timestamps basically planned out. It's like, all right, 45 minutes, Like, when group 2 arrives, we start pumping out the food for group 1. 45 minutes later, we start doing apps for group 2. And then 45 minutes after that, we do mains for 1, mains for 2. So losing power, and we were out of power for like an hour and a half, right? So it's like 7 o'clock. It's like, we only got power back basically at 8. So we already had planned like a 2-hour dinner service, 2.5-hour dinner service. And it was 8. And we're like, fuck, we're supposed to be out of here by 10. You know, it's like 8:30. So we're like, oh, fuck it, let's just go through it. Let's just try to pump it out as fast as possible. So first of all, in that first period, we pumped out a whole bunch of pizzas while we were waiting. So maybe cut off like 45 minutes of service. But we ended up still cooking in the kitchen to like 10:30. And we're like, fucking Christ, guys, we still have to clean. And cleaning is not easy when you're cleaning several fridges. The kitchen is closed for the next 2 days. So we had to like freeze a whole bunch of our meats and shit like that, because you obviously don't want it to go bad and you don't want to throw it out. And we had to make staff meals. We had to do a whole bunch of other shit. So we were there till fucking like midnight. It was rough. For us planning on leaving at 10 to leaving at 12, well, it was just rough. But it's over now, and we have time for one more game. So let's give up that game. I have a couple other points I'm gonna add to that story in the next game.
Anduin versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory. I will protect the alliance.
This hand's mid as fuck. Oh, sorry, I have to go grab myself another beverage. So, I went down a couple other things. My favorite part of the whole night was right as we noticed that everything was fucking falling apart around us. Partially because I thought it was fucking hilarious. I'm playing against another aggro priest. I really need to start fucking conceding games, because I'm so tired of hitting the same 3 decks, which is the only playable decks currently in the fucking format. Of course. I am actually so fucking tired of aggro priest just being the best deck in the format. Well, I shouldn't say it's the best deck. I'm pretty sure at the moment it's actually probably Quest Warlock. I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Like, motherfucker's played 2 cards and he has 5 minions on board, and it's turn 2. He spent 2 mana on 5 fucking minions. With a total of what? 9, 10, 12 power? 12 power for 2 fucking mana? Do we not remember the time when Pyroblast got nerfed because 8 mana for 10 damage was considered broken? Like, for the love of fuck, man. And everything has 2 health. If this and these had 1 health, I'd be like, ah, it's fine, it's whatever. But it's not. It's like, you have to take this. As much as I want to take Spirit Lash, I feel like I can't afford to fall into the same trap I did last game. But no, like, I'm just dead. If he's holding double Mind Blast, right, I take 24 and I just die next turn. Like, turn 3 lethal without Shadow Bitch. Void Touch Attendant. And I can't even play this. Like, look, I have to do this. So this is the actual only play I have to actually survive here. But no, this is fucking ridiculous. I know that Blizzard doesn't look at wild format at all. We know for a fact they don't. Although I do want to brag about the fact that I was correct with the nerf they should have done instead of banning Ceaselic Expansion, and should have just nerfed Order in the Court. I fucking predicted that shit. I predicted exactly what the fuck was gonna happen. But it is the only actual nerf that makes sense. People told me, like, look, it's a new card, it's perfectly fine to ban it. But the answer is, like, that is, like, super short-minded thinking, right? People buy the new set to get the new cards. Banning a card from the new set right away is awful game design. Because who the fuck wants to play a game where, you know, it's like, oh, I just got this cool new card from this new expansion, right? And it gets nerfed. Who the fuck wants to play it? No one wants to fucking play that. I also fucked up. Should have played this first so I completed quest. I have this on 6. I have to take more heal. Like, I feel like I have to take more heal. So I can get this off the heal. So yeah, let's just do this. Hopefully gain like 14 next turn. I have 2 7-drops left in my deck. Hopefully just gain 14 and try to like coast with that. I have a feeling I'm dead though, right? Like even 6, don't take these. 3 plus 5. Oh no, he just top deck lethal. This deck has so much fucking burn too. It's mental. It's actually so crazy how power crept I feel Aggro Priest has gotten. And why the fuck are you still playing? You're on Legend. Like, you actually get a life. Start playing real decks. Don't fucking play your broken ass brain dead deck. And for all those who said that fucking Egg Hunter was brain dead and an easy combo to pull off, where the fuck are you guys bitching about fucking all the aggro decks? Please, like, actually don't be, like, don't be dumb. Use more than a half-functioning brain cell. Egg Hunter might have been easy. Hostage Mage might be easy. Holy Wrath Pally might be easy. All these aggro decks are just easier. Let's be honest. It's not hard to play card that glow in hand. Because that's honestly how you should play these aggro decks. You just play card that glow in hand. And again, I'm not going to say I'm the best player. I've said this numerous times. I would say that I'm either below average or average player at this game skill-wise. I make a lot of mistakes. I get tilted very, very fucking easily. I bitch a lot. Right? I'm not going to deny any of these facts. I'm fully open about my state when it comes to the game. I fully accept the fact that I could be very, very polarizing with a lot of my point of views, and then I'm very unapologetic for these type of things. I won't lie. There's no point in me lying. You guys have all seen it. You guys have probably all noticed it. Those who stick around probably agree with me. It's just, it is what it is. But for the love of fuck, like, these aggro decks at this point have become way too consistent on killing prior to turn 5 and are just they've been power crept so much more. And yet fucking cards like Reno continue to get nerfed. Like, why did Lone Ranger get nerfed again? That card is neither broken and 90% of your games don't get to 10 mana anyways, so what the fuck? Like, I understand there's a nerf for standard, but like, oh, this is why I fully think that they need to hire a separate team that looks at Wild exclusively that does separate nerfs for Wild, because it just doesn't make sense to get you having the same nerfs and buffs for Standard as in Wild, because those two formats are completely different, right? That would be like if fucking Modern and Vintage, or Standard and Vintage had the same ban list, right? Like, no, at a certain point, right? So okay, let's take a Magic example, right? That's like, what's a broken card in Ocelot Pride? I feel like that's like probably the best example. Ocelot Pride or Soul Guide, whatever the fuck that card's name is, the 1 white for a, what is it, a 1/3 that you could spend 3 energy to get something 2 counters and flying. That card, you guys know who I'm talking about. That'd be like if, because a card's broken in Modern, they ban it in Vintage. It's like, no. In Vintage, you're going turn 1 Lodestone Golem or turn 1 Black Lotus into other shit. The 1/2 or 1/3 or whatever the fuck it is, don't do shit over there. And I'm fairly confident, like, I will never, I shouldn't say never, but I have not seen a Vintage deck play that card. ever. And I've looked at a couple of vintage decks. I have a buddy that started playing vintage. It'd be really funny if as I click on Goldfish, yeah, it's not even mono white initiative. Like, you know, I don't even think it's in budget vintage. To be fair, what is a budget vintage deck? Like, I'm looking at the white decks here, and it's like Oath of Druids. It's no, it's playing Atraxa. Like, you know, Lurrus Control. Lurrus Control also ain't playing. It is playing Psych Frog though, because what isn't playing Psych Frog at this point? But like, yeah, you know, it just doesn't. In my brain, it doesn't make sense that certain cards get nerfed because of one format and it impacts the other format, right? I would really think that it would be dope if they just decided for once and for all, fuck it, we're separating the ban list and we're separating our buffs and nerfs because it's the only way to realistically make things, I don't want to say even, but like even, you know? Anyways, I've rambled a lot here, so we sadly don't have time to play another game. Especially because I went on a whole fucking tirade of these nerfs that came out make no sense. Like, realistically, Quest Warlock had to be nerfed, Aggro Priest had to be nerfed, Aggro Demon Hunter had to be nerfed. Like, just the pirate package had to be nerfed. I would probably say something in Mage realistically had to go. To be fair, Mage did get nerfed indirectly with the nerfs to the rogue cards. Right? So, like, it's much harder to loop things. I think Hostage Mage is going to fall off a cliff play-wise. Quasar is unplayable now, I think, at 8 mana. That probably should never see play again. Egg Hunter's dead, right? It now only reduces 3, so you actually can't go infinite anymore. Which is another deck that just had a pretty good matchup against aggro that just got destroyed for realistically no fucking reason. That deck was not popular. It was good, but it wasn't popular. Do I still have it built? I just want to make sure I'm not. Yeah, so you can't go in anymore. Egg Hunter's unplayable, basically. To be fair, there were some pretty cool buffs. I actually wanted to play one of the decks that did get buff. I wanted to play this. Also, I want to point out the fact that where's the weapon? This is the exact thing that I said this weapon should have been. 3 durability on a weapon is a lot. A lot. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but a weapon you want to die 3 durability is wild. What else is it? Can I just look at Nerf? Change? The change? I thought those are. Balance? Alright, okay, I don't know all the cards that had modifications. What the fuck did I just remove from this deck? Oh my god, I need to find my deck list again. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, okay, it was Skulking Geist. But yeah, I think overall, most of the nerfs were probably warranted, and were probably the right choice. I didn't really look at the buffs yet, so I can't really tell you if they were deserved or not, or whatever. To be fair, typically when cards get buffed in Hearthstone, it's because that archetype is basically unplayable, and it was something they wanted to push in the new set, which also potentially means they're getting more love in the mini set. If that all being the case, that's kind of great, because that means we're getting more Libram cards. And I do like Libram Pally. Um, but yeah, no, it just feels like there's a whole bunch of decks that realistically should have been nerfed. Again, because they did acknowledge the fact they were looking at wild, right? I don't know if it was real or not. One of the cards ended up being broken in a new set where it might have been Ceaseless expansion where they just the whole dev comment was just like my bad or our bad, and to be fair, I doubt that's real. If it is, you guys can tell me or not, but like if that is actually real, that like the whole dev comment was our bad, it's like clearly that means they were looking at it, and they did acknowledge the fact they did look at wild, and that's the reason Order in the Court got changed back. But I just wish they would have taken like actual time to sit down and look at wild and actually contemplate, you know, the health of that format. I know it's not, it's kind of like, again, let's go back to the Magic thing, it's kind of like Vintage, right? Wizards of the Coast does not give a fuck about Vintage. They know that for every million players that play Magic, there's like 5 people that can either afford or are interested in playing Vintage. The average Vintage deck is like 50 Gs, right? So I don't know about you, but if you're a family person, most every family I know don't have a fucking casual 50 grand sitting in their back pocket to blow in a fucking card game, right? For like 4 cards, basically. Everything in your deck is like sub like $1,000, and you have 4 cards that just bring it up to like 50. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, no, it's they just clearly don't care. And it's really, if the community does make enough noise, eventually something's gonna get nerfed. But I feel like Wild gets 2 nerfs a year, if that, and it's really bad for the health of the game. And I really think they could benefit by having a team that, or even really just reaching out to like content creators. I feel like more games should do that, where they just reach out to content creators and be like, yo, we notice you play this game a lot. Is there any things you think you should change, right? Because if, instead of hiring a whole fucking team, if you reach out to 15, 20 content creators that all have vague, different opinions on things, you could get a pretty good idea of the health and the state of the game. And all of a sudden, if all those people are saying, like, yo, this deck is fucking busted, fix this shit, well, then it's kind of like, okay, so these 2 people are complete opposite playstyle. One of them plays aggro, one of them plays control, and they're both bitching about this deck. And this other combo player is also bitching about it. Okay, let's actually look at it and let's try to find a nerf. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like they could be running Hearthstone a lot better, and I feel like they kind of just given up because Battlegrounds makes them more money than Standard or Wild. But yeah. Anyways, I'm done ranting. I feel like I've been ranting for like 20 minutes about the fact that, was it Team 9? Team 6? Whichever team it is. They don't know how to fucking run a card game. It's kind of funny. Anyways, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. As always, follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all on the next one, where hopefully we could get some more dubs. Alright, guys? Yeah. Peace!